Hello there, fellow space captains. It's Connor, and welcome to another ship overview in Dreadnought. Right, so got a bit of a big ship for you today. Something very special indeed. I finally unlocked the Monarch class Dreadnought, and holy crap. Playing the Invictus, playing the Smay, they are nothing compared to this thing. They really aren't. This is an incredibly powerful ship. Insanely powerful, so much so that I don't even need any damage amplification or whatever you call it on it, and you'll see what I mean. So yeah, this is the heaviest dreadnought in the game. It's the most well armored, but it's also the slowest. I mean, look, it's got full armor, but also very little speed, which it does take you a while to get around the map. But I haven't had any issue putting power to the engines. It gets you around quick enough, and you don't really need to put power into shields or weapons because this thing is a beast. Now, visually, it looks fucking awesome. It just looks like a bigger, bulkier Athos class destroyer. And where is the Athos? Here is my Mars Athos class destroyer, and it's just a bigger version than this, like a more heavily armored Athos. I mean, it looks awesome. It really does. So I can't wait until they allow customization of the hull and stuff, the bridge for this ship, because it can only make it look better. I mean, it already looks awesome. This is the ship we saw initially for the launch. You know that CGI trailer with the fighters or interceptors ready to bomb some installation, and this thing just jumps in and tears them a new one. Not even shooting at them, just rams them out of the sky. So yeah, the Monarch is probably the most iconic ship in the game, and I love this thing. I really have enjoyed playing it. So its main armament here is heavy ballistic cannons. Heavy ballistic cannons feature fast rates of fire and medium damage output at short to medium distances. So these weapons are, you know what, I thought they were going to be just quad-mounted versions of the Athos destroyers repeater turrets. It's kind of like it's high energy particles. As you can see, the turrets, if you just take an image there and look at the weapons on the Monarch, they just look like quad-mounted versions of what the Athos has, but these things aren't. They fire ballistic shells, and they look gorgeous. You should see the explosions coming from the actual barrels of the weapons themselves whenever you're firing. This thing just feels like it has so much punch to it, and the sound effects behind the weapons as well sound absolutely fucking brutal. But there's something I want to mention here before I get onwards. I have had a few problems with graphical settings here, to the point where I had to contact customer support, or their support team at Greybox, because no matter what I had put on, ship damage effects, environmental detail, post-processing, it never seemed to work. All I could really get on was the texture quality and some of the other minor stuff, even though they were all set to epic. So what I was told to do was actually go to the graphics fidelity here, just the general one, and put everything to epic, because currently there's a few bugs in the advanced section of the video options. So if you're having problems as well, and I've said before that there's no ship damage that you can see in the ships, I was wrong. So I made a big mistake there. Because of the buggy options, I couldn't see them, but holy crap, the ship damage on these ships whenever they do take a pounding look absolutely fucking awesome. So there's that. So let's get back to the ship. So these ballistic heavy cannons have a really good fire rate, and they have a clip size of 30. Now the damage says it's medium damage, but honestly these things do feel like they pack one hell of a punch, and the range isn't as bad as it says there, short to medium. Because with this thing you are slow, you do want to get as close as possible, and well, you don't really need the blink or anything to do that, or engine amplifiers or anything. You just need to keep moving. It is very slow, and you'll see that whenever I get into a game. But anyway, yes, these are awesome weapons. I love them. I really, really do. You should just hear them and see them whenever you're firing them. It just feels like you're powerful. They feel like the most powerful weapons in the game. More powerful than anything I've even... More powerful than the Destroyer's guns in Fractured Space, or even the guns the Gladiator has. These things just feel brutal. So, next on to the repeater guns. Now, I went with the repeater guns over the heavy flak. These things didn't really take a long time to reload. As it says, they're moderate reload time. So whenever these things are reloading, I'll just switch to the repeater guns really quickly to put on some other damage to the enemy ship I'm firing at. But I suppose it could be anything you really want. I'm looking forward to actually getting these heavy mortar turrets because holy crap, they look awesome. And they'll give this thing a bit more range before I close the distance and open up with the ballistic cannons. But yeah, the repeater guns, as you can see, their fire rate isn't that great, but their damage and their range is alright. So yeah, these things are good, and I'm going to stick with them. So on to our modules. What do I go with for the modules? So because down here I go with armor amplifier and armor booster and just pretty much anything to make this ship as strong as possible in defense, I went with a nuclear missile because it does a lot of damage. I never really seem to get a scattergun broadside off or get close enough to get a plasma broadside or even fighters. So I'm going to stick with nuclear missile because I know I can trust it until I get the light nuclear missile salvo, which I get at what rank is that? 32? So yeah, I'd either go with nuclear missile or light nuclear missile salvo, or even interceptors, because they do a lot more damage than the basic little fighters. I mean, that's a bit of a joke how much damage the interceptors do compared to the fighters. I think they do need a little bit buffed because they're pointless. They really are. But yeah, nuclear missile is the best thing I've come across so far. Next we have the Vulture missiles. Now it really depends on what you want to do with this thing. I just tend to think that the missiles are a bit more trustworthy overall than the light torpedoes or the slug torpedoes. And the flechettes, they're just crap. Slug torpedoes, you need to get really, really close to the target, and they do nice damage. I mean, they do more damage than, just a minor bit more damage than the vultures, but yeah, you do have to get really close, and as I said before, this thing ain't fast. Even if you want to use blink or tractor beam or something, you're still not going to be able to keep up the distance, closing that gap as quickly as you would like to. So yeah, I would go with something with a bit more range. So, I mean, the vultures have 7,000 meter range. You can even go with the light torpedoes if you like, but I'm just going to stick with the vultures because I trust them. I've had them for quite a while on a few ships, and I enjoy them. They're really, really nice missiles. So next on to the module number 3. Now, I can have pretty much anything here. I've unlocked everything, but I'm just going to go with the armor booster pulse. It makes my allies stronger. It gives them better defense and armor, and it also gives me better armor. And this thing already has, as you can see here, full armor. So if I enable this thing, you don't even notice damage being done to you. The health pool goes down so... the damage is minuscule. What is it called again? Minute or something? Minuscule or something. I don't know my words today. I really don't. So yes, it's awesome. So it has a lasts for 15 seconds. Cooldown is 30 seconds. It has a 1200 meter radius, and as it says there, target yourself and allies. Next on to the armor amplifier, and this decreases damage taken. It lasts 10 seconds, and the cooldown is 40 seconds, and it's really nice as well. Now, I'm not sure what else I would go with here. I don't really feel much of an improvement with the damage amplifier overall. I mean, these guns are strong. Don't get me wrong, the heavy ballistic cannons are very strong. But honestly, I don't think there's a need for the damage amplifier, because you have two abilities here that will reduce your incoming damage. Once you take power off the engines, you can actually put it into weapons. And, well, you won't really need to put it into shields in this thing. I put power into shields very, very rarely. So I'm just going to stick with armor amplifier. I mean, you can get warp jump if you want, just to close the distance a bit more quickly. But yeah, I just prefer the overall survivability. So let's move on to the officer briefings. First, I have desperate measures. Whenever my health gets low, all the debuffs refills my energy and it resets my modules. So that's an active type perk. So whenever I do get low on health or whatever else, it resets the module cooldowns and refills my energy, as well as removes debuffs on me, such as, like, I don't know, purges or whatever in your systems from enemy missiles. So it is nice, it really is. And it gives this thing a bit more survivability factor, because, well, once you get your shields back, you can put power to shields. Even if you're in very low health, put your armor booster pulse on as well as your armor amplifier, and holy crap, none will take you down even if you're on 5% health. I'm not even joking. I took out 3 ships earlier today at 5% health, and, well, I just got desperate measures and I kicked their ass. It was an enemy corvette, an enemy attack cruiser, and an enemy Dreadnought. I think it was an Invictus, so it's not really that heavily armored to begin with, but this thing just tears through anything like butter. It's such an awesome ship. I was actually playing against a subscriber last night for the first time in this thing, And I was like, oh, I got a pretty strong build here. Don't you guys worry. I'm going to take them all out. It took me like half an hour to get to even one person. So it was kind of embarrassing because, well, it's a slow ship. And you think it's slow, but you don't know how slow it is. And wait till you see. Next, I have module amper. So whenever I put power to weapons, my modules do 30% more damage. So I like that for the nuclear missiles and the vulture missiles as well. So just before they actually hit, I'll hit on power to weapons. And seeing how you're quite a bit away, you do have some time to spare to put power to weapons over anything else. Now, I do believe you could go with something else. I mean, I might go with survival instinct here because, well, when you are below 50% health, these guns don't really reload that quickly. And you're going to be stuck at below 50% health for a while because you're not going to go down. So your reload is going to be really, really quick for a long, long time as long as you're using your abilities that can strengthen your defense. Next, I've got slow and steady, which reduces my movement speed by 10%, but it also increases my damage resistance by 10%, so a little bit more survivability there in defense. And lastly, I've got reinforced. Reinforced increases my max HP, but slows down my module cooldown, so that's a passive. And that's pretty much what I went with. You can just see it's as heavy a build as possible, keeping the defense at maximum and keeping this ship as strong as possible. So let's see if we can't get ourselves into the game.
Got to be a few good jobs out there.
Notice how the little characters are in 3D now. So, yeah, I can't believe I actually didn't try that before. Putting everything to whatever the setting is epic. I mean, you shouldn't have to do that though. I mean, there are people who can't really handle a lot of these details. They might be able to have the texture quality up, the shadow quality, but maybe not the post-processing quality. And they could have the ship damage effects on, but maybe not, I don't know, anti-aliasing or whatever you call it. So it should have been, I mean, I don't really remember that being an issue during the alpha, as well as a few other issues and bugs in the game that are currently here, but hopefully it'll be fixed before the game actually goes live. If they're ever having an open beta, I hope it's fixed by then, because it is a little bit of a turn-off. But yeah, whenever you do put it to, what is it, the epic settings or whatever, it does look gorgeous. And wait till you see the actual damage effects on the ships. Big chunks of the hull are gone. If you get hit by like a laser weapon from, let's say, an enemy corvette or, attack cruiser or something, maybe a Kataro, you do see the damage on the actual hull of your ship, like a big beam would just sweep through your ship. And I believe that stays there until you actually die and respawn. So even if you're fully healed up, the damage still stays there, which is pretty cool. So here we are. I wonder if I can type it all here. Yeah, I can. So I couldn't type earlier. So let's get this show on the road. I love this ship. I really do. I was so looking forward to this thing and I have not been disappointed. This has just brought a whole new life into the game for me, this ship. It was something to really enjoy waiting for. It was a really nice goal to achieve. Because it feels so much more different to other Dreadnoughts in the game. It just feels so much heavier. Alright, so you see how slow it's moving. It's slow. It is very slow. I mean, look at it. Nobody will have a problem with keeping up with this thing, but yeah, even if that sniper would be firing. Oh dear, dude, why'd you set it in the open like that? Come on. We've already got a kill? Seriously? So that's what power these. Actually, there's a little corvette sneaking around here somewhere. I don't really want to shoot these weapons, but I'm saving them. There he is. Look at the flames from the cannons as they fire. Now let him handle them. I'm going around this corner to see what's sitting there. I actually went against the guy earlier in the SME, and he was absolutely pissed off that he couldn't take me down. He said, how do you keep surviving? And I just said, well, I've got everything I can to actually keep the ship on its defense as high as possible. It just makes it feel like an actual World War II battleship. It feels incredible. I mean, not Invictus, it won't stand a chance. It really wouldn't. Let's see if he's stupid enough to actually try and get into close quarters combat with me. Oh, hello there, sir.
Vulture missiles have a clean shot. Launch all vultures.
Now they're getting healed up.
Coming, Captain. Shield activated.
Right, so I'm not going to get anywhere fast, but yeah, look at all the damage that nuke did to me. Didn't have shields or anything on. It is an incredible ship. Notice some of the shots in the hull there, the damage. May not be that easy to see, but I can see it. Pretty awesome. Right, let's slow ourselves down. Now let's open up on this file here. Hello, Kelly. Armor amplifier on.
Enemy missiles incoming, Captain.
Think you're going, bud, huh? Not going anywhere.
Exoshell deactivating. Shield activated.
Let's get some altitude again. Peek over this raise.
Vultures are locked, ready to launch.
Take out
Launching
this
vulture missiles.
spot org if we can. And if I can get right in there, I should be able to take them.
You heard the captain.
Hello there, fella.
Enemy warheads locked on our position.
Come on, bring those guns around.
Vulture silos still reloading. System drained. Starting cooldown.
You can fire all the nukes you want, guys, but you're not going to be able to do anything to me.
Hi, Captain. Firing up. All vessels. We've got an enemy contact. Thanks for the assist. System drained. Starting reach up. Exoshell deactivating.
Come on, fire at the damn Kali sniper. Get around the corner here.
Thanks,
Screw it. Power the weapons. Let's get this thing down. Now it's your turn, mate.
Destroyed.
Armor amplifier pulse on.
Captain, send the vultures.
Hasn't got a chance. Doesn't know he's dead yet. And not yet have I been brought below 50% health. Power the shields there just because. Just because I can. Not because I need to. I mean, he's just been sitting there from the start of the game. I don't know what his plan was. He must think he's not able to move. There's that Kali again.
Put the energy system offline.
So is the hull damage not noticeable? I'm not even sure. It might just disappear over time, but the last game I was in, the hull damage was still there whenever I was fully healed up. Not sure what's going on there. Is he seriously going for me?
Shield activated.
Is he firing his torpedoes at?
Coming, Captain. Fusion reactor is overheating. Put the energy system offline.
Firing missiles at that guy.
Vulture missiles.
Yay, 10% damage.
Vulture missiles have got an enemy contact.
But it's so slow. But oh damn is it fun to play.
We're locked on, Captain. Vulture silos still reloading.
I'll have to find that Kali. Emergency evac has been engaged, though he's still derping about somewhere.
Enemy missiles incoming, Captain.
They come for me, are they?
Enemy contact at this location.
So much damage done, buddy. Oh, he went fast.
Over there. Fusion reactor is overheating. Put the energy system offline. Vulture missiles
Alright, let's get our nuke away at that Invictus.
Vulture missiles have a clean shot.
And our vultures.
Vultures are locked, ready to launch. Got a bearing on the enemy ship.
It's attacking me. Well, this fella.
The enemy's recovering. We can't let them turn it around.
Can nobody seriously take that guy down?
System offline.
Well, this is a bit of a joke. Not being able to take down a damn full Gorder Corvette, seriously. It's like the latest, it's not even the latest armor, it's mid-armored. But still, that's a bit embarrassing, guys, come on. What do we have? We've 2 Corvettes in our team and they're not able to take them down, great.
Vulture missiles locked on. Send the vulture.
Well, is he stupid enough to actually be sitting there?
Shield activated.
Look at how much damage it did to the shields. Minimal damage done.
That got him. Dreadnought eliminated.
Yeah, I got the final blow there because of all the damage I did to him as he was coming around this turn. I almost took him out. All the engines. Let's get close to this Invictus. Let's have ourselves a gunnery duel. I think we're going to win it. These guns are awesome.
Aye, Captain. Activating.
Give my allies some extra armor.
Let's harden up. Engaging exo.
Lock on confirmed.
System drain. Cycling.
I haven't been brought below 60 or 50% HP yet.
Disengaged.
I have not been brought that low. I mean, this thing is slow, but... I mean, look, a nuke just hit me. I think that was my own nuke, actually. Because I accidentally took the
Ready to launch.
cursor off this guy for a second whenever I was firing, so...
Ships hold down to 50%.
Oh, there we go. Finally, he's got something on you anyway. Now the reload speed has been knocked up. Come here, you fucker. Yeah.
Got an enemy contact.
That's right. Bugger off. Bugger off back to where you came from. Armor booster. Give that fella there some extra armor. Keep him up. Hello, Athos. How do you like the sound of these guns, eh? Everyone's terrified of this thing. They really are. And they should be. This ship is terrifying. It's I'd say the nastiest ship in the game. When I started playing this thing, I've died probably once, if even not at all, in whatever battles I play. It is so strong. It would take the entire team to focus this thing down.
Enemy warheads locked on.
Not gonna happen.
No vulture missiles online yet, Captain.
Aye, Captain. Activating.
There he goes. Missiles took him down.
We got him, Captain.
Awesome.
Fusion reactor is overheating.
Hello, Kali.
System offline. We've got nothing left. Exo shell engaged. Firing up.
Let's fire this nuke.
Exo shell deactivating.
Oh, hello, Invictus. You wanna have a game, do you? Do you wanna play? Fair enough. I reload 50% faster. I wonder if you can do the same.
Speed hit. Targets going down.
Woohoo!
Missiles incoming, Captain.
Keep it coming, keep them coming, boys. Come on. Keep them coming. Power the shields. Armor booster engaged. I like the party, party. I like the party, party. Monarch. Hail to the king, baby.
Systems drained, Captain.
Vultures are enemy vessel. Vultures are locked. Ready to launch. Send the vultures.
It's like somebody just paid me a compliment there. Yeah, Orpheal on the enemy team. Well, Vicky was talking to me. And so we've got 100% energy. Let's bring this thing up to full engine power. Now, I suppose you could put your mobility thing into, you know, the officer briefing that allows you to move faster and it drains less energy as long as your systems are put into engines, but everything else drains faster. I suppose you could put it into that, but honestly, I find no need to do it at all. Oh, hello, there's the Kali.
Got a bearing on the enemy ship.
What is that, a tech cruiser? So you guys think you're going to go with the double healer?
This battle in the bag. Let's finish 'em.
I don't think it's going to work, guys. I do not think that that is going to work. What about you, Mr. Invictus? Do you wanna play a game? Hello, Klee.
Launching vulture missiles. We have a nuke locked and ready, Captain.
We might have a nuke locked and ready, but he's a bit too...
Vultures are locked.
Oh, there we go. We'll launch it at him.
Vultures are locked. Ready
What
to
is that? Is that another Athos, is it? It is.
contact. I've got nothing left.
Let's hope that... Oh, yes. Come on, please bring me down to 50% HP. Got two Athos class destroyers firing at me now. Armor booster engaged. Oh, hello, Kali. You're the one I want.
Engage exo shell, Captain. System drain. Starting.
Come on, guys. Give me a little bit of support here.
Over there. Support fire. Over here. Enemy missiles incoming, Captain. Exo shell offline.
Oh, there we go. There's our Fulgora heading in for the kill, not their enemy attack cruiser. Good stuff, lad. Good stuff. Keeping up the fire on this Athos here. Now that I reload 50% faster. Oh, this might be me getting taken down here because I'm being focused. Although that Athos over on the right hand side, you see him? I don't think he's smart enough to actually continue focusing me. And my... Yep, my armor amplifier's back up again. I mean, it's all in a day's work for the Monarch lost Dreadnought. There we go, GG. Top of the board. 3200 XP. Seriously, this thing's a beast. This thing is a real beast. I love this ship so much. It's tons of fun. Well, it's probably thousands of tons of fun. Let's see how it went. Oh dear, 950 support. 1700 extra. 850 kills. Well, 850 points for kills. And that was quite a bit of XP actually for a Dreadnought. I've never got that in a SME, or well, I probably have, but not on a as regular a basis as I would with the Monarch. So let's return to the shipyard and see what we got going on. So as you can see, this thing is a beast. It really, really is. I actually do say every other ship in the game is a beast, but this thing is a titan. Honestly, I would say this is the best ship in the game. There was a guy yesterday who kept, in a Corvette, kept actually flying up to me and trying to take me out. I don't know why he was fixated on me. He just kept saying, I'm not actually leaving this game until I take down this Dreadnought. And he couldn't do it. Every time he started firing at me, I was like, what's that? Something's tickling me? What are you tickling me for? And just turned the guns around and just tore them apart. So, this ship is impressive. It really is. I'm so gobsmacked by how better this ship is compared to the Invictus and the SME. This thing is absolutely barbaric. It really is. I mean, it's just a monster. Now, I suppose you could change up a few of your modules, well, I wouldn't really say modules. I would change up a few of maybe this here one to, well, it is plus 10% damage resistance, which is quite nice. Maybe navigation expert. So, yeah, not really sure what you could go with here. I mean, navigation expert, I would probably go with slow and steady or navigation expert. Then again, oh, this is a nice one. When did I unlock that? 27. That's not too far off. It's an active type perk. Energy set to engines. Effect when active. Boost speed when hit. Damage taken reduced by. That's quite nice as well. I don't know how much the damage is reduced by. It would be nice if it said. And that there would be, well, I would say that would be nice for a ramming ship and an engine rigger. But slow and steady or a navigation expert or nerves of steel, I would say. I mean, that 10% extra damage resistance is quite nice on top of all the armor you have to begin with. So, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little overview of the Monarch. Remember that I will actually be switching out to the light nuclear torpedoes. They don't do as much damage. The light nuclear missile salvos, sorry. They don't do as much damage, but there's more of them. And I don't like the how... I mean, let me see. See these here? These are 2 empty slots. I mean, if you get fighters, they're replaced with hangars. You get scatter guns, it's a full 2 racks of guns. And then you get the plasma broadside, the same thing. But let me have a look. These are just empty spaces. The nuke is actually on the left side of the ship. And there's only one of them. So I don't know, it's just a cosmetic thing for me. It looks a bit bare without it. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. And I, of course, like always, will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good day, loyal citizens of the Empire. Today, the Emperor has employed a system that will allow you to support the latest Imperial endeavors. Click the link below to support a safer and brighter future for every citizen of the Empire.